What's going on, everybody? This your boy Rich here, and today we're going to be reviewing Russ's new EP, Chomp. The 5-song project just came out this past week, and I sat on it for a couple days, listened to it up and down, back and forth, wrote my thoughts out, and I'm going to give them to you here. So make sure you guys like this video, leave a comment if you have heard this project, and let me know what you think about it. So this EP is called Chomp, and the reference is to bars, essentially. Like, you know, he was eating on this project. This comes on the heels of his Congrats freestyle, which was very raw. He kind of shot it in a way to make it look like a radio freestyle. He's at a desk, he had a mic just set up, and he just went off. And I believe he produced that track as well. It's no secret Russ is one of the more controversial members of the rap game for some of his outspoken comments, and he's had a couple run-ins with other hip-hop artists, but I'm not here to talk about any of that, though. I'm just a fan of Russ's music, and we're gonna go through the project here today. So I'm a big fan of Russ's self-sufficient path. This Chomp EP seemed like it was a gift to his fans that are more inclined to like the bars, and you know, Russ is an awesome lyricist. My only complaint is that it wasn't a full album. He looks to have released this independently and not in conjunction with Columbia, which is his label partner. On this project, it seemed like it was a who's who of respected members of what people would call the real rap community. It also seemed like Russ was competing and, you know, coming into this with respect in mind, which is always a good thing to hear from a rapper, because when rappers want respect, they're gonna usually churn out some of their best work, and this is some of the best of Russ. You don't usually hear Russ with a lot of other artists all the time, aside from, you know, like Boogus, who's on his label, and maybe that's a function of his self-sufficiency. Now, on this album, he more than held his own over some legendary production from DJ Premier, Alchemist, and Ninth Wonder, as well as himself. And he showed that his beats and his rhymes sit next to anyone's, and they especially sit next to anyone that people respect. The only question I think Russ is trying to ask people subconsciously is, well, will you respect me in the same way? If my beats are on par with these legendary people and I rap with them and I'm in the league, sometimes exceeding what they did on the track, will y'all give me that fair chance? That's up to you guys, but I think Russ definitely came through here. This isn't the singing Russ at all on this project. No hate to when he sings. There's a couple smooth Russ joints I enjoy myself, but this is the sore losers Russ, the I'm here Russ, the journey Russ. Those of you guys know that, you guys know, and that's all in one release here. So as far as the production on the album, these were some of the best beats that Russ has ever been on. Russ usually handles all of his production in-house, and I think he's a talented producer in his own right. Very versatile style, can get down on like the R&B side. He definitely has kind of a real hip-hop side of his production. He's got some bounce, and there's always a smooth kind of sound that he has. But this one here is like there's sample based stuff, and a lot of Russ stuff is original. He produced the first 2 beats on this project. One of them, the first one, Stockholm Syndrome, is a very bouncy but still very hip-hop feeling track, and I can hear some of the elements of Arcade. Producers about Arcade in this track, as well as his other song, Who Want What, which for me is the best song on the album, and it was also the lead single. If KRS-One heard this beat, he would want to rap for 10 minutes on it. The best thing about it was that video that they put out for it. Of course, Ab Soul was on the song with him from TDE, and in the video they reenact Rhapsody to the Basement, which Russ is a big student of the game, to bring Big Tigger back and make Rhapsody the Basement a music video. The objective here is clear. He's showing y'all that he's flat out one of the best rappers in the game, and he's showing that he is gonna stand next to Ab Soul, who everyone likes and everyone respects, and for my money, he kind of gave it to Soul on that one, but Soul was dope in his own right. He reenacted Cameron counting the money, like Cameron counting the money during the legendary Dipset freestyle. And this beat, and I watched this video like at least like over a dozen times. Just enjoy it a whole lot, like the head nodding on it, and it's just like it was just a beautiful tribute to an era that's bygone. And Rhapsody the Basement, that just tugs on anyone that's a fan of hip-hop's heartstrings, because something like that isn't around anymore. And he's sending kind of a subliminal message like, yeah man, y'all don't really rap like that. So, you know, he can do this thing that's always gotten respect. So Russ chasing after respect once again. So the next song on it was Inside Job, which was probably the second best song on the album, and DJ Premier makes his entrance here, and he gives us this flossy head nodding beat that could have been something that either Gangstar was on, or he could have even given that to Jay-Z in like 97. This could have been on In My Lifetime Volume 1. And Russ is self-aware of his own ego here. He said the last thing he needs for his ego is being on a primo beat, and he mentioned in his rise, he mentioned in the song, he mentioned his rise and how he uses business acumen to get where he is. And one thing Russ is really good at is retelling the same story a bunch of different times in entertaining ways. And if you listen to a lot of Russ, you know that. If you don't listen to a lot of Russ, it'll be a new story, and then he will display that the more you kind of hear him. He tells people that they lose too often because of themselves. And he talked about racism from white people ruining this country, and he's bouncing kind of topic to topic on this. Very dope song, and just smooth, and something you can definitely like when you're headed out, if you're driving and there's a lot of lights on around you and it's at night. It's definitely something in the car you can, you know, just kind of, you know, listen to and bump and vibe with. Alchemist is on the board for number 4 on there, and also the song's called Light 'Em Up and has Busta Rhymes on it. Busta Rhymes himself is he's a jolt of energy on anything and doesn't change here, and he's on somewhat of a renaissance himself right now, and he had a stellar verse as well. I can see this song slowly growing on people over time as they just fall deeper into the beat the more they listen to it. The last track on the EP is called Momentum, and this one is just a bar showcase with Black Thought and Benny the Butcher. Insane rhyme schemes, lots of dope punchlines, too many to just name, you know, off the top of the head, but all throughout this project, it's just bars on every song, just slick wordplay. One of my favorite ones, it was like, he had like a dope Jennifer Garner name flip. It was, and, you know, he worked it into, you know, what he was rapping about. And then Russ sounds very comfortable amongst these guys with this sped up soul sample. Ninth Wonder's on this track, and there's just lots of slick wordplay, and they all three went through their long journeys to get where they ended up getting. And listening to this is a very quick thing, and maybe around 20 minutes, so Russ leaves us wanting more. And one thing I can say about this is that this is just a gift to hip-hop heads everywhere. If you like people that rap and just spit bars and, like, you know, 90s style production and, you know, mid 2000s production, this is where it's at. Like, you're not going to want to miss this, and you are going to want to take my highest recommendation for this. Lyrics, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and beats a 9 out of 10 as well. And I'm gonna withhold that extra point due to it only being 5 songs. This is the genesis for what could be a classic, like had he, you know, done like 12 to, you know, 14 songs of this. This is one of the best Russ releases that there's been, and I look forward to whatever his next album is. Hopefully it's, you know, a lot of this. Sometimes when, you know, these type of projects come out, there's a drastic turn the other direction when the label starts getting involved. The good thing about Russ, what he does to kind of reward his fans, is he still releases a lot of music independently, free of the label vision, and he can just kind of put it out for the people to decide. Without further ado, definitely recommend Chomp. Check it out and let me know what you think of Chomp in the comment section. My name is Latta. I'm up out of here. Make sure you like this video. If you like some of the beats that we're playing, hit the subscribe button for your boy. Peace.